To get started?
Get started, Kristen. Go ahead. Why don't you kick us off?
Okay, well, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We are trying something new this year with ERS. We have a member engagement committee that's really here to help you as a first-time attendee or a prior attendee that looking for a refresher, just to make sure that you're comfortable and you find the most value that you can achieve out of this ERS conference. So we're happy to have you all here today, and happy to be a support system to you all. So Aurora and I are gonna do some tag teaming today and just kind of walk you through the program and the program at a glance and the agenda, and just kind of give you a good feel for what things are going to look like when you get out to Philadelphia, and we'll answer any questions you might have. We'll definitely keep this very interactive and informal.
That's great. Kristen, by the way, everybody, that gal down there, that's Kristen Poulin from Structure Tone, and she's the chairperson of the Member Engagement Committee and has been helping out with the ERS for many years. And my name's Aurora Camerata, and I'm on the executive committee for ERS, and you might have seen me on the LinkedIn attendee video welcoming you all to participate in Philly in the coming days. So we're really glad to have you all here. And what we decided to do, mostly because we're still in the throes of putting all the finishing touches on ERS between now and when you all arrive on Sunday, is actually share with you what will be your program book in your registration bag. So exactly what you see on the screen is what you're going to get as a printed document when you arrive at ERS. So we thought it would be a good reference for you to share it with you sooner rather than later. It's a good reference for us to be able to tell you what's going to be happening at the event, and really give you a good idea of what to expect when you get there next week. Kristen, I thought maybe I might mention the fact that ERS is an all-volunteer organization. It's put together by the 6 chapters in the Northeast. You can see them all listed there below: New England, Connecticut, Westchester, Mid-Atlantic, New Jersey, New York City, and Philly. And we've been doing this for many years. So it's not run by the Global Summit, not run by the global organization that we all know that runs our summits and other MCR classes, that kind of thing. This is actually run by an executive committee, and also that's appointed by the chapter presidents and the board of directors, and the whole event in and of itself is managed by that executive committee at the behest of the board of directors, which is representative of each from each chapter. So just a little bit of background on ERS. How many years, Kristen? 15, 18, something like that.
I think so, Aurora. I think so. And we should also take the time, since I didn't even introduce myself, thank you, Aurora. We should also introduce Jill Blanco, who is here on behalf of the Berman Group and who has been instrumental in spearheading all of the behind the scenes organization and logistics for ERS. So Jill's been part of all of our committees and all of the efforts, and she's on here as well. We did want to let you know that we are recording this session. There were some people that weren't able to dial in live today, and they've asked that we record it. So hopefully everyone is okay with that. And if we can ask people just to mute until you may have a question or something that you'd like to discuss, we'd appreciate that as well. And just Aurora, I just want to say thank you again to the entire member engagement committee, and a committee made up of 10 individuals across all 6 chapters. So I want to say thank you to all of them for really helping us spearhead all of the efforts to date, especially now into the orientation and the welcome reception that we hope many of you will join on Sunday night.
That's great. So we'll be happy to welcome you all to Philadelphia, Drexel University. ERS is always held at a university in one of the 6 chapters in the Northeast. So some folks that may have attended in the past we would have been at Boston University or Harvard or NYU or always a prestigious organization, university, college within the chapter. So we'll be happy to be welcoming you all to Drexel and Philly this weekend. So we can go to the next page and then the next page after that. we wouldn't be able to have ERS and keep the cost of the event as affordable as it is to both end users and service providers without the help of all of our ERS sponsors. Many of these organizations have been part of ERS for many years. They come back time and time again. And part of the reason why they come back is because we do have the opportunity to create a program that is 50% end user participation and 50% service provider. So that kind of proposition to the sponsors means that their information and their organization is going to get some profile with end users that they might already have as clients or potential clients. So thanks to all of our ERS sponsors. You'll be seeing more about them throughout the whole event. So Kristen, we start on the agenda with Monday, but there's stuff going on Sunday too. Do you want to share what we have going on Sunday?
Yes, so I know many people choose to arrive on Sunday just due to travel or the early morning young leader breakfast if you're participating in that. So because of the number of people that are there on Sunday, we wanted to provide a couple of opportunities to kind of get ERS kicked off on the early side. So first off, when you do arrive, the two hotels that are the hotels of choice for the symposium are the Inn at Penn and the Study. And at the Study on Sunday, registration will be available. So if you are there early and you'd like to get your registration taken care of ahead of time, you can go over to the Study, and Jill and team will be there to greet you and to hand your packets to your registration packets and goodie bags. So that is an option to you, as well as Sunday evening, we are doing hosting an informal welcome reception. It's going to be at the New Deck Tavern. Hopefully everyone has seen that come across in their email. We've also posted it in the LinkedIn group. And it will be hosted by both the Philadelphia Host Committee as well as the Member Engagement Committee. And we would certainly welcome everyone to stop on down, have a cocktail, say hello to some people. The time is 8 o'clock at the Study. Jill, I'm sorry, somebody's asking a question in the chat about the registration. So 2 to 5. Thank you.
Yes, 2 to 5.
So 2 to 5 on the registration. Yep. And then 8 p.m. for the welcome reception at the New Deck Tavern, which is across from the Study. So feel free to come on by. Very informal, just kind of an opportunity to do some networking, say hello to people, see a few friendly faces before we kick things off on Monday.
I also put in the chat 8 p.m. New Deck Tavern on Sunday for those of you that will be there early. Part of the reason why we just do the get together on Sunday night is because first thing in the morning, the young leaders on Monday have their breakfast forum. So we know that some folks will be traveling in on Sunday night. Some of us that are involved in volunteering for the event will also be there. So it's just a nice way for us to get together, have a casual drink, and make sure that if there's anybody that's new to ERS and is there early and wants to meet up with a few folks, that we've designated a spot in like Kristen said, the Philadelphia chapter and the Member Engagement Committee were nice to already organize that. So yeah, so we're going to go through the schedule. So registration starts first thing on Monday morning. If you're not participating in the Young Leaders Forum, and if you would like to participate and you're a young leader, which is a 35-year and younger designation as a member, it's still possible to sign up. You should contact Jill and she can get you a reserved spot at the forum if you haven't done so and would like to do so. The chapter president's meeting is actually an invitation only event. It's where all the Northeast chapter presidents get together because they don't see each other very often. So you would think that they have this moment to be able to see each other and talk about chapter issues and opportunities to collaborate and just be able to exchange information about what we're doing in each of our individual chapters at any given time. So the one thing I want to point out is that if you do arrive that morning, make sure you grab your own coffee and donut before you get on the bus tours, because there although there will be breakfast served on Tuesday morning, there is no breakfast served on Monday morning. So just FYI that you should grab your own Starbucks and coffee on your way in. We start Monday off, if you are not participating in the Young Leaders Breakfast and not participating in the chapter president's meeting, with 3 really terrific real estate tours. So those start at 10 a.m. Jill, if you could put in the chat where the location is for folks to meet, because some people will be coming in right before 10 a.m. That usually happens. That they might not be there early, but be right there to jump on the bus at 10 a.m.
And for those of you, hopefully everyone on this call has joined our LinkedIn group. We created a LinkedIn group this year for all attendees. So we will definitely post all of this information on locations and other details we shared today on the LinkedIn group later this afternoon. So feel free to check that out as well. And if you have not joined the LinkedIn group, you can join. We will, you can join today as well. There's great information in there and a really great way to kind of connect with some people ahead of time.
That's great. And Jill, thanks for reminding me that the pickup for the tours on the starting point is right at the study hotel. So if you're just arriving in time to join the tours, meet in front of the study hotel. And there'll be plenty of folks there to direct you to the right bus and the right walking tour. If you have not signed up for a tour as of yet, the Philadelphia Navy tour and the University City tour are both full already. The only tour that has spots left is U City Square, and that you would need to, again, contact Jill. There is an additional fee of $30 because we serve lunch on that tour. So if you have not signed up for a tour, the only one available is U City Square, and please see Jill before you get to Philly, if you do want to take that tour on Monday morning. Sound good?
We would definitely recommend for the tours to wear very comfortable walking shoes.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Wear your walking shoes. Kristen, do you want to talk about the networking lunch?
Absolutely. So if you're not attending a tour, there is a networking lunch being held at the same time. And I know a number of people that are attending that as well. So it's a really great opportunity, again, to just make some connections, say hello to people you haven't seen for a while, and just chat about ERS. So, we would certainly welcome people to attend that as well. And Jill, do they have to register for the networking lunch, or is that they can simply just attend? Yeah. I think there was a registration option for that, correct?
Yeah, you have to register, but day of, you find that you're there and you didn't register, you should be able to just access networking lunch.
That's great, Jill. Thanks for letting us know that.
Yep.
And then in the past, we have not had a networking lunch. We've had people just find lunch on their own if they were not able to get on a tour, but it was suggested to us in the past by other attendees that it might be nice to organize people that are at the event that are not don't have the ability to take the tour.
Yep. And we'll have ambassadors there as well. People, kind of looking out for people, trying to help people make connections, and just making sure that everyone has a place to sit. And so look out for the ambassadors who will be identified with yellow lanyards and name tags. And then at 2 o'clock this year, we actually have 2 sessions. In the past, we used to just hold a professional development session for the group, but now we actually have a choice at 2 o'clock. You can attend a professional development session, or you can attend the breakout session. We have a brief description here of both of them, and in the program, there'll be a much more detailed description that you can take a look at and kind of make your choice from there. One thing I think Aurora and I mentioned that we wanted to relay to the group here today is just to really try to get a look at this. You can see all of the details online as well on the website for ERS. It's a good idea to take a look ahead of time, because, while there aren't, multiple options across the board, there are a couple of opportunities on both days where you have to choose, one breakout session or another. So it's good to take a look ahead of time and kind of get a feel for what you might be interested in, and what might, kind of be more appealing to you, so that you are not scrambling at the last minute to figure out which room you're going to.
Right. That's a really great point, Kristen. ERS is intended to be jam-packed, full of learning and networking opportunities in a very fast 48 hours. So it really is a good suggestion, Kristen, to tell folks to take a look at the program ahead of time, understand how the timing works for both of the 2 days, and make their decisions about where they're going to go. There'll be plenty of people around to give you direction, and we're going to show you a map at the end of this session as well that will show you that all of the facilities that are hosting the breakout sessions, the luncheons, the general sessions, are all within a very compact area on the Drexel campus. So everything is a 5-minute walk from each other throughout the day. So if we're going to be moving you around from different buildings, depending on whether we're all together for 400 people for a general session, or whether we're breaking up into smaller groups for the breakout sessions. So and we'll be able to share that with you also as part of this program going forward. All of the locations for all of the events and all of the details are also in this program, as well as on the website. Advice on parking. Yes, on the map, you'll also see that there's parking next door to the study hotel on Drexel's campus. So that will probably be the best place to park.
I think Aurora too, we found in the past over many ERS years that, it's not, it's hard to make a decision on which to attend, not because there are limited options, but because there are really good options. So I think the decision is really about, which of the options do you want to take a look at. But they're all, the programs are just the programming committee and the learning board have really spent, countless hours and time over the last year developing very, very strong content and bringing in, fantastic speakers. So I don't think anyone will be disappointed.
That's great, Kristen. And then once we do the breakout session or the professional development session at 2, we have an opening general session where everybody comes together for one speaker, one panel, depending on the program itself. And then once we have, things move very quickly. Once we get through the breakout session, the opening general session, we have the official welcome reception as part of ERS. I guess the one on Sunday night we're saying is casual and unofficial, kind of pre-gaming it, right, Kristen?
Yes.
And then the welcome reception where everybody that is attending ERS, not just those that are in early, will come together for a cocktail and a little nosh before folks break up either to go to independent dinners or to the end user dinner at 6:30. The end user dinner is by invitation only. If you are an end user member and have not RSVP'd to the dinner, you must do so to Jill before we get to Philadelphia. Service providers that participate in the end user dinner are sponsors only, and it really depends on the sponsorship package and benefit that they bought that determines who participates in the end user dinner. But not to worry, at the networking lunch, we are going to share a Philadelphia guide to restaurants for those that are interested and are able to do an independent dine around. So the idea being, maybe you attend the networking lunch and you're looking for folks that you'd like to meet, or old friends that you'd like to get together with, and you're not participating in the end user dinner, you can organize yourself and actually reach out to the restaurants and make reservations through the interactive app that we're gonna provide, so that you can all organize yourselves to do dinner with 1 or 2 people or 10 people. It's totally up to you.
I think one piece of advice, whether you're attending the end user dinner or perhaps, which is a little more business attire, a little more formal than the actual business casual nature of the conference itself, One piece of advice would just be if you're looking to kind of change, go back, freshen up. The welcome reception runs until 6, so there's really only about half an hour in between. So I know some people over the years have kind of tended to come to the welcome reception, maybe scoot out a little bit early so they can get back and freshen up and change if they want to change before heading out to the dinners. Or, you know, if you're taking a tour, there is some time, if we look at the schedule here, there is some time between 12:45 and 2 o'clock when the sessions start that, you know, might give you ample time to be able to go back and make a change too. So just some thoughts, especially if you're doing a walking tour and you're not sitting on an air-conditioned bus, you might want to take the opportunity to scoot back. Everything is within walking distance and, you know, a quick kind of turnaround, but just something to think about. I think in the past, you know, sometimes if you're at the welcome reception and then you're heading over right to the dinner, the time gets a little condensed. The end user dinner is at Aramark's headquarters.
Yep, sorry, Kristen.
Yep, go ahead.
The end user dinner is actually at Aramark headquarters and it's across the river. We're actually going to be providing transportation. Again, Jill, the pickup is at the study hotel. Is that correct?
Correct.
So we'll be providing transportation in front of the study hotel at 6:30 p.m. Little sooner probably as the welcome reception starts to wind down, and we'll be able to drive people back and forth. The transportation folks will do a loop, drop people off and come back. So not to worry if you miss the first bus, it'll be coming back within 10 minutes and be able to bring you back over to the end user dinner. It's also very walkable.
Yes.
It's about 15 minutes. Again, over the bridge and across the river, right to Aramark's headquarters. I think you can actually see it from the walk, not from Drexel, but from the river walk that is only a couple blocks away. Then what we'd like to do is after the end user dinner and folks going out to dinner on their own, we like to bring everybody back together. And we're going to do that at 9:30 p.m. We call it Toast to the Speakers. We like to invite all the speakers that are participating in ERS and really just have a thank you to them, and then bring everybody back at the end of the day. Those that were at the end user dinner, those that were independent dine-arounds, and really be able to end the day together at the Toast to Speakers. Jill, remind me where we're doing the Toast to Speakers.
All right,
Unmute study, right?
Yeah. Yes, it's the study.
When in doubt, lots of things. The study will be, the study is kind of the center of gravity for ERS, right? So
and there are still rooms available as of yesterday, not so much part of the block anymore, but there were still some rooms available as of yesterday.
There you go. So before we move on to Tuesday, Kristen, is there any other questions about Monday or things that were details that you're looking for that we haven't provided yet? Again, the locations of all of the events are on, every breakout session, every general session, every meal that we're having is on the website, and it will also be in the program book that you have in your registration package when you arrive.
I think we just had a question on the chat.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a good question. When is check-in at the study? Jill, I don't know that. I can certainly take a look and we can get back to you on that.
Check-in would depend on when you arrive.
Yeah.
If you have a room booked.
You have to check with the hotel. The hotel.
No, the standard check-in is at 3.
3, yep.
Great.
That makes
Thanks,
sense.
Blake. But you might want to call ahead and get early check-in. Sometimes they can accommodate you.
Yep. And then the after post end user dinner and post diner on dinner toast to the speakers is being held at the study.
All roads lead to the study hotel.
Yes, correct.
ERS when in doubt. And again, you know, the registration. So Jill and Samantha and others from the Berman group will be at registration. Once they will have registration, as we mentioned, at the study on Sunday, but they will be on site at Drexel really for all of the day on Monday. No matter what time you arrive, they'll be very obvious about where they are. on campus at Drexel, and then be able to check you in at any time during the day. So be aware of that. Same thing on Tuesday. Registration opens early. So Jill and Samantha and others from the Berman group will be there to check you in if you just happen to be coming in on Tuesday and you're not able to join us on Monday. So be aware that they are there until noontime, right? So from 7:30 a.m. until 12 a.m. on Drexel's campus.
And Jill, I
Brett-
believe, if I saw it, if I'm not mistaken, I believe on the agenda, which is on the website, the breakout sessions were identified with room numbers. Were those identified already? And locations, correct?
Yep, it's all on the website. And I've sent that link through the chat, but I'll do it again now for those that may have joined.
Just
a
join.
bit later.
Excellent. Thanks, Joe.
Mhm.
So the schedule is very similar, only this time we actually give you breakfast on Tuesday because we want you to be ready to go. So that's from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. And Jill, that's actually also at the study hotel.
For Tuesday, I can check for you. There's
Yes.
so many days of fun. I can't remember
Exactly.
what everything is anymore. Breakfast is, I'm actually not sure. I will get back to you.
Okay. We'll confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that we
Yep.
moved it to the study hotel so people could grab and go. It's so close to all the breakout session locations that we just thought it would be a better place to serve that rather than make everybody go to someplace and then someplace else. But anyway, so then we're all together for the general session in the morning from 8:30 to 9:30. And then we get a quick coffee break together. And then we have 3 breakout sessions. They're concurrent sessions. So yes, you have to choose one. So if you have several people in a group, oftentimes people will divvy up and, 2 people, one person will go to each different session and kind of share notes on what they experienced and what they learned at those sessions. So just an idea if you have 2 or more people coming from your company.
And
You do not
I
have
saw
to choose sessions in advance or
Yep.
reserve
Yes,
spots
no.
for any of the sessions. You just need to go to the location of the session when you've made your decision. But again, you might take a look at the descriptions of the sessions beforehand and make your decision, pre-gaming it to ERS, make your decision about where you're going to go so that you don't have to be thinking about that as you try and move quickly from spot to spot.
And you'll be able to see not only the details of the session, but who the speakers are. And sometimes that's, another way to make a good decision. If you see a speaker, that might be someone you want to have a conversation with or someone you've seen speak in the past. It's also a helpful way to make a decision on those. So
And if anybody sees their boss on one of the panels, I suggest that they go to that session. That be their first choice, right, Kristen?
Yes, absolutely. And Lizzie, you can check in with Jill, Lizzie, if you have any questions. I just saw your chat about the sessions, but again, for the general sessions and the breakout sessions, there was no need to register ahead of time for those. So you can choose when you get there. But if you do have any questions on any selections you made as part of your registration, you can check in with Jill. She just posted her email, I see, so that should be helpful.
Great. And then right after the first set of sessions, we take a quick break. And then we come back to 3 more breakout sessions, again, that you'll have to choose from to attend. But there are 3 great sessions to choose from as well. And Kristen, great suggestion about taking a look at who the speakers are and or in the detail of the topic and see if it might be relatable to you and your own organization or your own career in CRE. And then we all get together for lunch. So that's a great opportunity again for everybody to come together and do a little bit of networking and a little nosh all at the same time. And then we really hope that you stick around for the 2 o'clock closing general session and then also the closing reception, just to be able to have a little nosh before you go and be able to say hello and goodbye to old and new friends that you've made when you were at ERS. But really everything wraps up by 4:30 at the end of the closing reception.
And Aurora, I do believe they're holding a raffle, if I'm not mistaken, during the closing reception.
That's correct, Kristen.
Not
So
to
we
bribe
have-
anyone to say, but it is it is always well worth saying for the raffle.
Yeah, there you go. The prizes will ensue for
Yes.
those that join Kristen and I, raising a glass to another successful ERS when we're at the closing reception
Yep.
at 3:15 to 4:30. So that's in a nutshell the program. Jill, maybe if you could advance and we can then give people an idea of what the detail looks like. I cannot divulge. I've been sworn to secrecy.
And I believe you have to be there to win, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. You need to be present to win. So Jill, if you go back up to where we start this for the program page. So just this is very similar to what you'll see on the website. So it's a more detailed information about the breakout sessions, the general sessions, the tours, the timing of every event, the location, not only the room and the building, but the actual address. So if folks are using GPS, you have the ability to plug that in to your phone for walking directions as well. So, and you'll also see here in this extended program description, the speakers and the companies that they work for. And you'll see later in this program and also on the website, more detailed biographies of the speakers, where they work, where they've been. It's not as much about the topic that they're speaking on, but more about their own detailed background. So that
Aurora, can we post this as well on the LinkedIn group so that people have access to it there ahead of time?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good thing to flip through if you're flying in or taking the train, not so much if you're driving, but to kind of take a look at it while you're traveling down to and get familiar with it.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Kristen. Yeah. We could share this for sure.
Yep.
Yay, Sapali Shah is majestic. So if you haven't signed up for Young Leaders Breakfast and you're eligible, definitely go. Okay, so Jill's just going to scroll through the program book because we've really discussed all of this.
One thing I would say, just a piece of advice, and I know that we all are, as we're sitting in sessions, we're antsy, we're getting emails and texts and phone calls, and but I do think and we're all kind of wanting to take at the break, kind of catch up on things. But I really would take advantage of the coffee breaks. They're short. They're only 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes tops. And it's really a nice time to network with people. And if you're in sessions, you'll see some people, but you won't get to see others. So that's really the best opportunity to network and make connections and just catch up with people. So I would highly recommend trying to, participate when we have a break and just really try to be present for that.
Jill, maybe if you could skip to the map. I don't think we need to the speakers' bios or something that everybody can kind of go through themselves. And if we put up the map, then we'll be able to show everybody. And maybe Jill.
Is there a train stop shown on the map anywhere?
Yes.
Just checking.
So if you can make that a little bit bigger.
I'll zoom in.
Right. So the first
right there. Yep.
Right. So SEPTA, the 34th Street stop is very close, as is the 33rd Street stop, to the Study Hotel. The Study Hotel is where the Star is, number 2. So if you see kind of up to the upper right, number 12 is the actual Amtrak station and SEPTA station. We've also noted the SEPTA stations at 30th, 33rd, 36th, Market, and 36th Street corridor. I probably haven't characterized that well from anybody from Philly, but you see what I'm talking about is the notations for the public transportation stops all around Drexel's campus. But as you can see, all the numbered items are places where we're going to be meeting or eating. right? So it's all within a very short walking distance from the study hotel, which is number 2, the host hotel right in the middle of Drexel's campus. Thanks, Jill, right there. The Inn at Penn is a little bit further away, but only a couple of blocks. It's number 11 on the map. Thanks, Jill, for pointing that out.
Aurora, one thing I'm seeing here that I think we forgot to mention, we do use Slido as an app that to survey and do evaluations on each of our sessions and for each of our speakers. So it's something that's very interactive. It also allows you to do Q&A and to take live polls throughout the different sessions. So we would definitely recommend and encourage people to participate and be interactive with that throughout the sessions. As well, following the event, post ERS, you'll receive a survey that we would encourage you to fill out as well. It really helps us kind of see what we did great, what we can do better, and helps us program for future ERS sessions. So please participate in that as well. We would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a great call out, Kristen. So you can actually download Slido to your phone pre-ERS so that you're prepared. But if not, don't worry about it, because we'll also have the QR codes available to you at ERS. At every breakout session, there'll be signage that will have the QR code available, and you can just take a photo of that, download the app as you're entering your breakout or general session. But we really do take seriously the polling and the surveys and that we take throughout the event, as well as at the end. It really, the reason why we're having a networking lunch instead of a lunch on your own is because it was suggested by folks in the surveys subsequent that it would be, and we thought it was a great idea too. So we incorporated it into ERS going forward. So this will be our first networking lunch that we've organized at ERS. Again, a suggestion from those that attend that was, and we incorporated it into the program. So, so Jill, this is the final program book. So you'll be able to post this on the attendees LinkedIn site so people can have reference to it. So you'll have reference to the PDF. You'll have reference to the website, and then you'll get this program book in hard copy when you arrive at registration. So there's all kinds of ways in which you can get yourself educated and informed about what's happening at ERS. And then if you have any questions going forward, you can certainly reach out to Samantha or Jill, and they'll be able to help you in any way that you need, whether it's a tour reservation, whether it's a networking lunch reservation, whether it's more information about the hotels or parking or the Drexel campus. They are as knowledgeable as anybody.
And in addition, I would say look for member engagement committee members will be identified with yellow badges, and certainly, kind of wandering throughout the, the 2 days there, 3 days there. So feel free to look for us as well. And we're happy to answer questions, point you in the right direction, put you in front of the right people. And, we're there for you to support you. So yes. Does anyone have any questions other than what's been in the chat? Anyone want to ask any questions of us?
Did we miss anything?
I would also encourage for future ERS, Eastern Regional Symposiums, get involved. It's really fun if ERS happens to come to your chapter and it's in a location in the future that you're part of. Feel free to get involved. The host committee for each chapter is always looking for volunteers and committee members and people to help plan the events, and particularly as it relates to the local area. So, that's just a word of advice for future ERS. We love to get volunteers and other people involved. So feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions or have any interest in that.
And I'll also say, Kristen, bring plenty of business cards.
Yes.
Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Put your hand out, put your business card out, introduce yourself, everybody is here. We're all in this boat together, in this profession and in this organization. So everybody's very welcoming, and we haven't met in a long time. So there'll be lots of hugs from those that haven't seen each other in a long time, and lots of hearty handshakes to those that we're meeting for the first time. So
if you can find your business cards, it's been a long time since anyone handed any out. So
yeah,
But-
and it's not really where any of us are anymore, is it? Well, maybe not.
But again, also use the LinkedIn group. Hopefully everybody, I know we have a ton of people that have joined that group. And if you are an attendee and you've registered, you would have received an invitation from Jill. Jump on there, because, you know, it's a great way to make connections and kind of interact pre-ERS and post-ERS with anyone that you may have met there. It's a good way to kind of, you know, check people out and follow up with them as well. So that's another avenue to help you navigate.
There you go, Kristen. I'm going to challenge everybody to put a video business card on the LinkedIn attendees site. I was the only one that did it. Oh no, there's two of us, I think. I should know who it was, because there's
I think it
only
was
two of
Marissa
us.
Fava.
Yeah, there you go. So put yourself out there, right? Put out your hand, put out your video business card, and get ready to meet folks from around the region.
Yeah.
In Philly.
Shout out again
Everybody
to the
good?
member engagement committee. Really nice job, you know, navigating the last few months and helping pull some of this great content together. So thanks to the committee for that, and ERS, you know, executive committee, board, and all of the committee chairs and host committee. It's going to be a fantastic event.
You'll see in the program book, we actually have listed all the committees and all the volunteers. It really does take a small ERS village to put this on. So we're proud of what we're going to present to you and what we've organized for you. And we hope you think so too by the time it's all over.
Yeah, and hope to see you all Sunday night at 8 o'clock at the New Deck Tavern.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you
Bye,
in
everyone.
Philly.
Everyone,
Thank
thanks
you.
for joining.